Concept art, and concept art. You're right kids, it's Ross Clark and welcome to your regular art community news. Before we begin, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, share around and let's get into it. So a big shout out to Level Up Gavin. He kindly messaged me about these discoveries out there on the interwebs of concept art that reveals more details on Genesis Part 2. It's developed from a few conversations between himself and a few other members in this ARK Theories Discord. I'll drop a link in the description, go check it out because they are uncovering some very cool stuff. So between them, they uncovered this freelance illustrator Caleb Havertape, who's created a lot of concept art for ARK in the past. For example, here's some concept art on Genesis Part 1. Here we can see the ocean biome and somebody teleporting through to that biome. Concept work on what the lunar biome is going to look like. And the bog biome, my favourite biome, it's really not. I'm doing a let's play on it at the moment and I can't stand it, but there it is in all its glory. And the construct, the place that you teleport through to each individual biome, looking very different from how it appeared in the final game. And some concept work on the Genesis spaceship. Spoiler warning, is the ship that you see at the end of Genesis Part 1. Which of course leads into Genesis Part 2, where we have been dying for more information about what's going on, where are we, what's it all about. Well, we have more details as revealed by this concept art. Now it's worth noting that Caleb's artwork doesn't always make the cut, as I'm going to show you some very cool concept work on the kaijus that were going to be in Extinction. Please stick around for those, they look very, very cool. But of course we've got this, the tech trenches that we've seen and have been officially revealed by Wildcard to be the biome, the tech trenches. Looking like a lively hark to Extinction, and I do mean lively as there's lights, and I did originally suspect, are we going to see living, breathing people within this biome? Well, if we move on to the first concept artwork, which I believe depicts the same biome, at least the innards of it, you can see a lot of people walking about. Now this could just benefit the artwork, and it could simply depict the biome that perhaps looked like this prior to us arriving. A functional technological biome that embraces the wildlife, looking so much like Extinction with the a la tech bridges, but illuminated and lively. And looking at the mechs in the trailer, perhaps this is going to be a living, breathing biome. I just can't wrap my head around actual human AI. It's a possibility, it could be a thing. Don't forget, we met real people in some sense with the Genesis boss arena where you faced corrupted avatars that were once people. So it could be a stretch, but perhaps Wildcard have decided to take those models and somehow integrate them into this biome. Again, all theories, but this is a glimpse at what we might be seeing soon in Genesis Part 2. And that's not the only concept artwork. We've got this, which again I believe is in the tech trenches, looking very much like a docking area for spaceships, including possibly the one that we were on in Genesis Part 1. This could be where we arrive, which begs the question then, is this possibly the Eden Zone? Wildcard have said this is the biome that you start on, and we can visibly see that we are definitely on Arat Prime, looking out into space on the last carrier of mankind. We can also see a few pteranodons flying about, with many vacuumed pods and corridors just in the background that I'm wondering, can we explore these? Are we going to actually physically be able to wander around this ship? And then jumping into this concept art, we can see another part of what I believe is the tech trenches, with my guess being that the Eden Zone is just there out in the background. The biggest thing that surrounds this are the two scout type bots that are flying around with what appears to be search beams. So if you recall on my video where I watched the Genesis trailer in 0.25 speed, I did suspect we would see new scouts. And perhaps these are the new variations of those. Are they going to have new abilities? Are they perhaps going to have a search function? Or are they just simply going to act like the scouts that we saw in Extinction? It's all very interesting stuff and hopefully offers a glimpse at what we might be seeing more of in Genesis Part 2. Of course, again, this is concept work and this could all be irrelevant, but it's certainly worth thinking about and digesting to be where we might be playing in the new map. Caleb also did concept art on the Strider, but this being a very different version to the ones we've seen in the trailer, Which begs the question, is this the Strider without the exoskeleton suit? Possibly not, it might just be concept art of what perhaps a living, breathing variant would have been. But it's a fantastic discovery to see this concept art and how it's developing into this last ARK map. As I said earlier on to stick around, here's why. So you know Extinction, you know the gacha, here's some concept work from Caleb on the gacha, and of course the King Titan, and a very cool illustration of the Forest Titan. But there were other Titan concepts, including this one, looking like a corrupted stone monolith, that I wonder, was this originally the King Titan? Perhaps. But then we get to see this one that didn't make it to the Titan cut, and my word, this looks amazing. It just looks terrifying, and I'd have loved to have seen this make the final cut. And looking at it further, were Wildcard hoping that we was going to tackle Titans like Shadow of the Colossus, climbing and scaling and swinging around the Titan to try and kill it somehow on foot? Perhaps. But you can't argue that this looks terrifically, horrifyingly awesome, and I'd love to know more about what this was going to be, and was it an additional Titan, or perhaps a variant of the ones that we know now? Remember the Mega Mech that you have to summon to fight the King Titan? Well, there was more concept work on what that was going to look like, which kind of reminds me of the Striders in Genesis Part 2, / more Power Rangers than perhaps the Mega Mech that we got. And it doesn't stop there. There was concept work on what I believe was going to be the King Titan arena. Interestingly, this is quite snow ice looking, and of course the King Titan arena isn't too far away from that biome. Perhaps the idea that this originally was going to be elevated so much that it would be frozen. And another glimpse at concept work that didn't make it to Extinction, seemingly depicting Extinction in a very different light, with of course the earth falling away with many holes and ravines to fall through, and a broken crumbling moon in the background. Go check Caleb's website, I'll leave a link in the description, because he has so much more concept work on stuff that came to ARK, and I would keep a close eye on anything more that might appear there that we might see in Genesis Part 2 when he's allowed to share it. As well, of course, as Atlas concept art, Caleb has done a lot of work for Wildcard, it seems, and I hope these new concept pieces might be a glimpse at what's to come in the new map. Thanks all for tuning in. Did you enjoy it? Comment below, let me know what's your theories on especially the AI side of things. Is it a stretch? Possibly, but I'm keen to hear what you think. Comment below. My name's Ras Clark. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and as always, peace out.